Hey everyone, it's Dr. Erica Person with Flex Audiology, and welcome to another episode of the Flex Audiology Show. In our last video, we talked about the connection between hearing loss and dementia. And so today I want to talk about the connection of what does increased risk actually mean. So let's talk about what is risk first. Risk really just means that you're more likely to develop something as compared to someone else. It's not a one-to-one apples. It doesn't mean you're 100% going to get a condition or a thing. And so, for example, when let's say we follow two groups of people. One group has normal hearing, one group has hearing loss. Researchers will compare how many in each group develop dementia over time. And with that, that's what they'll create is risk factors. So what did that research show? We're going to look at a couple different studies together. Dr. Franklin, he's a leading researcher in this space. Dr. Gallagher and Dr. Zhuang. What they looked at between all of their studies was that we have mild, moderate, and severe hearing loss. So mild is kind of the beginning stages of hearing loss. If you have mild hearing loss, you are 1.5 to 2 times more likely to develop dementia. If you have a moderate hearing loss, you're 2 to 3 times more likely to develop dementia. And if you have severe hearing loss, it's even higher than that. It's much, much higher. So if your risk doubles, even at a mild hearing loss, that can sound pretty dramatic. But what we have to do is look at what the baseline numbers are first. Like, what's the baseline risk? And so let's say, for example, that we had 100 people, just to keep it simple. If we had 100 people with normal hearing and 10 of those people develop dementia over time. If we're looking at a mild hearing loss and saying, well, if you have a mild hearing loss, your risk factor doubles. That means it would go from maybe 10 people to 20 people over time that develop cognitive decline. So it's not 100 to 100. It's definitely whatever that small number is. And so increased risk does not guarantee an outcome, and many people with hearing loss never develop dementia at all. So statistics are about populations, and they're not about predictions about you personally. There is some emerging science out there using artificial intelligence models where they can look at your health history, look at kind of some of your biomarkers, and based on that, they can predict that's more geared toward you personally as a person. So I think as time goes on, we will start to see that in our healthcare, where physicians are going to be able to do a full scan and really customize that risk factor to you as a patient. But we are not there yet. So we are looking at what's out there. So let's go back to talk about the hearing loss itself and why does the severity matter? So the worse the hearing loss, the higher the risk. And that's what makes the connection even stronger. So the brain seems to struggle more when the hearing loss is more severe. And then if it goes untreated, that's when the cognitive decline can potentially happen. So here's the good news. The good news, and the part that a lot of people miss, is that hearing loss is something that we can treat. Super easy to treat here. Not everybody, I make it sound easy, but the Lancelet Project, the Commission on Dementia Prevention, listed treating hearing loss as the #1 modifiable risk factor that patients can do. So we can't change our age, we can't change our genetics, but we can change if we choose to treat the hearing loss. And so yes, hearing loss increases dementia risk in research studies, but it's not a guarantee. It's just an increased risk, and yes, you can treat your hearing loss. So the sooner we address it, the better we can support your brain and just the natural process that's going to happen. So if you guys have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I love to communicate with you guys. Hope you have a great day.